I guess it's just kind of starting off with pre-meeting me.
Yeah.
What was life like? What were you doing, with your fitness and your health?
Before I met you, I was still training. I was training a bit, but I was sort of, I don't really know what I was doing. I was just doing one thing, doing another thing. I did gain a little bit of muscle, I think, but I got so much like backlash from everyone, like especially family members, saying like, "Why are you doing weights? You look like manly," like telling me that as well, telling me like you're looking like chubby, basically. And I wasn't eating to be chubby. I was eating like that. I was on like a strict diet plan. I was eating, I don't know, sweet potato, this and that. All I wasn't measuring it out, but sort of just literally a strict diet plan, what a personal trainer done for me. And just sort of not really knowing how to go any further than that. I got to a certain stage where I looked decent. Obviously, everyone thought I looked chubby. I thought I looked okay. And then I just didn't know where to go from there, and I wanted to go to the next sort of stage, really. That's what I wanted to do. And then I messaged you, I think, and then we just got started from there. I was ready to do anything, really. I mean, I was a bit skeptical. I still wanted my cheat meals, but I was ready to sort of dive into it. I didn't really have any other major commitments that I needed to see to. I was just ready to commit to it.
I don't know if you can think back to like some of the things we did, like the solutions that I gave you in terms of like training and diet.
Yeah.
Did you get to like eat what you want? Did you get to train how you want? Like, what was it like? Was it easy? Was it hard?
Before, like I said, I was sort of just eating a strict group of foods. I wasn't eating anything. I had one cheat meal a week, but that was like a major blowout, like made me feel sick the next morning, which was probably not a good idea. And just like everything that I was craving, I just wanted it so bad, like because I was restricting myself so much. And what you did for me was gave me the opportunity to eat whatever I wanted to eat, basically, and easier for me too, because I just got married, so I was obviously cooking meals for my husband and I wanted to eat with him. And before, I had my little Tupperware box of like dry chicken and whatever. I wasn't even eating ketchup. And you sort of allowed me to be able to be flexible, still go out because we eat out quite a lot even now, and just eat what I wanted. And with the training, sort of again, I was still doing weights before, but just gave me more of a strategy. Like with like I think I trained legs twice a week then, and obviously you build up parts of your body what you want to look good, sort of thing. I never ever had a six pack ever. I wasn't close, but I wanted one. And I got one in the end with you, purely just through, I think it must be the train, everything combined just worked well for me, better than before. And it showed because obviously I think I lost 22 pounds in 16 weeks or something. And everyone went from saying like, oh, you look chubby, you're like Michael Mann, to being like, wow, like she looks quite good. So I think just a combination of like flexibility and also results too, like I got with you. So it was just a good all-round solution.
You're definitely one of my standout clients. Like over the past 7 years of coaching, you definitely stand out to me when I think of this somebody who was just committed, somebody who wanted it.
Yeah.
Just consistent. Like you would ask me loads of questions and you
Probably too many.
no, but like
Probably too many.
it was great because you were taking action on everything you were asking. You weren't just asking questions. You were asking things and then
Yeah.
getting to it. And that's what I loved about you, because you just took action and, you lost 22 pounds in 16 weeks. I mean, how did you feel
Yeah.
that?
I mean, that morning when I woke up, because obviously we did a photo shoot, everyone thought I was crazy for doing that too. They were like, why would you want to do that? And I just like, well, because I've tried this hard and I've come so far. Like, you need something to prove it. Like now, like my son, like now I can show him pictures when he's older, and I'd be like, that was your mum, sort of thing. And I don't know, I just felt like I'd achieved something. Before, like I said, I just didn't feel like I was getting anywhere with it, and trying so hard, because I did put a lot into it. Even before I started training with you, I put a lot into my training. Like I trained as hard as I could, and I just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. So when I woke up that morning and I had a six pack and I was lean and all that, and I saw the photos when they came back, I just felt amazing. Like there was no better feeling, really. I saw results every single week, which is obviously what keeps you going. Obviously you see the scales going down and you see yourself getting leaner every day, and you see muscles what you haven't seen before, and it's exciting, and it's really, really sort of motivating to see that. So it does keep you going, like when you see results quicker, I think, as well. If it takes too long, I think people get a little bit like slow down with it and they can't be bothered with it. But with you, I saw it like pretty much immediately, a change in it.
You know, that was a while back now. So, you know, we're talking a few years ago. And a lot of people go on diets and then they gain the weight back. Clearly, you haven't gained the weight back. What was it you think was different that allowed you to, you know, stay in such good shape?
Well, after the photo shoot, we done reverse dieting for a while, which helped me as well, because I think that a lot of people, they get to a certain stage, my husband included, like, I mean, he lost a lot of weight, he's put a little bit back on, he hasn't put all of it back on, but I just don't think people know where to go from when they get to their goals. So that helped me a lot as well, probably just as much as it did getting there. It helped me to get back to like a normal sort of weight. And I actually looked better when I started reverse dieting, because I sort of loaded up on the carbs and everything. So I was really, really pleased with how I started to look even after. It wasn't sort of like, oh, I'm not so lean anymore. I really felt good on myself. So we did that for probably 3 or 4 months. And then I think I did a little bit of muscle gaining with you, if I can remember. I don't think I got to the cut. I think after that, I think I just wanted a break, wanted to start a family. And long and behold, got baby in the room sleeping. So I have still got that knowledge with me, you know, like I think it doesn't leave you once you have that knowledge of food and diet and thing. I mean, I don't train much anymore because I don't really have time, and I'm having another one now. So I just think it's the knowledge really of food and knowing when to stop and when to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, amazing.
Really.
And do you feel like you can now have that impact in your family's life through the knowledge that you've gained, you know, with our time working together?
Yeah, 100%. Like I mentioned before, Fred, my husband, he trained with you for a little bit. He did really well. He got type 1 diabetes and he ended up losing about 5 stone. He was 21 stone. So he got down to, I think, 14 or 15 stone. And now I think he's 15 and a half. So he has put on a little bit, but he still kept the knowledge really of like sort of what to eat. And obviously I cook healthy food for him. And in the like mornings, if he's like trying to lose a little bit more, he'll always ask me. I'm sort of the one who he goes to say like, is this all right? Or can I eat this? And even now, like I still give him sort of lunches to take with him and things like that. So, and obviously my baby as well, like he's only just started solid food now, but as he grows older, 100% I'll be able to know sort of what to put in his food and what meals to cook him, what's healthy, and just a balanced diet really, I think, is the key to it.
Yeah, and then you can get him in the gym lifting some weights.
Yeah. definitely.
Amazing. So you, like Misha, your transformation is really inspirational. A lot of women message me asking about, you know, can I make them look like you, right? A lot of it happens so much.
That's nice to hear.
And obviously I can't make them look like you, but what you told me that you lift weights. A lot of women are fearful of lifting weights. You know, for any women watching this, I'd like to know like why you do lift weights and, you know, what it's done for you.
I think it's quite empowering, to be honest with you. I mean, I think a lot of women feel a little bit nervous about sort of lifting weights and things because, number one, I think they think it's going to make them look bulky, which I was told, but I personally didn't think I looked bulky. But everyone sort of, they just like to pick at you for things. And I think when there's nothing really to pick at, then they just sort of choose little bits and pieces to make fun of, sort of thing. And I think it's quite empowering to lift weights because you're in there sort of, there might be only 1 or 2 women in the gym who are lifting weights with the men, sort of thing. And I think it is quite sort of like you say, empowering because you can do it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I used to lift more than the men in the gym. Do you know what I mean? And when you're squatting and things, and they're sort of, you see them give you little looks as if to say like, oh, like what's she doing? Like she could do it as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's just one of the things. I mean, even like the actual process of it, you see the change in your body. Like I said, I don't like looking skinny, and that sort of is the opposite. You can give yourself a beautiful shape, a curvy, like sort of womanly shape as well, not a manly shape, like a really lovely figure you can create yourself. So I think as well, even when you're in the gym and sort of you're getting to your last reps and things like that, it's very sort of motivating, more so than stepping on a treadmill for an hour, I'd say so, because you're squatting and you're doing everything like that, and you're actually getting somewhere with it. You're improving every week, rather than, like I said, just stepping on a treadmill. I absolutely loved it. I mean, like I said, I can't do it as much anymore. I don't have the time and energy anymore, but I absolutely loved it. Like, there was nothing more than I wanted to do than go in the gym. I used to get up at 5 in the morning quite happily, go in there, and I'd feel great. Like, I'd come out and I'd feel really, really good about myself. And sort of as well, like, I went through a lot of stress with my husband when he got diagnosed with diabetes, and to go in there just for an hour and release that little bit of stress and just have a bit of time to yourself, put your headphones on, that was like perfect for me. So I think it did a lot for me, really. I think it did a lot for me.
I mean, just I just want to like kind of wrap this up then. So if anybody who's watching this is hesitant, about working with me or getting some help, can you share like a few words why they should go for it, why they should reach out, if they're struggling right now?
Because Lee will actually give you results, and it sounds really, really cliche, but it does actually change your life. I mean, I will always have that with me, that experience that I went through with you, and it's just no other feeling like it when you get to the end of your goals. You have to stick to it, and it's not an easy process, but it's worth it. So, and there was no other way I could have seen that I would have got to where I was, to be honest with you. If I'd have just looking back, if I'd have stayed doing what I was doing, I probably would have either given up the gym because I wasn't getting anywhere with it, kept on doing what I was doing and sort of just been miserable. So I really don't see where I would have gone with it if I hadn't have done that. And it opened up so many different sort of doors as well, because then once you get to a certain stage like that and you are lean, you can sort of do what you want with your body. It's easy then. Before it wasn't easy to get a six-pack and things, but I think that once you get to that stage, like I said, you can reverse diet, you can try and put on a bit of muscle, and you'll always stay that sort of really good sort of body fat percentage and just general feeling and looking good, I think. And like I said, I don't think I would have got that without your help, so I'm very grateful.
I appreciate that. And the amazing thing about your journey is you didn't just do it for yourself. You then went and became a certified trainer after your own.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I haven't put it to much good use, but it just inspired me to do things and help other people. Like I said, my husband helped him, and even Gabby, like my sister, she trained with you, but we did it together. Do you know what I mean? It was a real lovely thing to do together, and I love to help other people with it if I can. I'll never be like as clued up on it as you, but I just loved learning about it. I loved the process.
Yeah, amazing.
So
yeah, you have that caring side to you that made you want to help other people, and I admire you for that, because you were like, as soon as you finished, you were like, I want to help other people now, and you were like asking me about training and like how can you get into the fitness industry, and then you dive right. And I appreciate you sharing some nice words there, Misha. And I know that women who watch this, and even guys, will be inspired, because like for you, it wasn't just this physical transformation, it was just the way you applied yourself in life as well, and what you've gone on to do, like have a family and be able to, keep everyone together with the healthy side of living. So
yeah, definitely. I do think that you take a lot of it, sort of, not just the photos and things like that, but you do take a lot more from it than just that. 100%, like mindset, everything. It means a lot to me to do all of that, and I'd love to get back into it again. So hopefully in a couple of years I'll be back there.